Sometimes, the most terrifying monsters are not born overnight. They are created, slowly, silently, inside ordinary-looking people. Today's story is not fiction. It is so disturbing that it inspired some of the most terrifying horror movies ever made. This is the story of Ed Gein, a man whose loneliness turned into madness and whose mind became darker than any nightmare. Who was Ed Gein? The year was 1957. The place, Plainfield, Wisconsin, USA. Ed Gein lived alone in a small farmhouse. To the outside world, he looked harmless, quiet, shy, almost invisible. But inside his house, a horrifying truth was waiting to be discovered. When police entered his home, what they found shocked the entire nation. The horrifying discovery: inside Ed Gein's house were objects that no human should ever see. Furniture made from human skin, masks stitched from real faces, bowls made from skulls. Even more terrifying, many of these were made using the bodies of women he had killed or stolen from graves. Ed Gein later confessed that he murdered 2 women and used parts of their bodies to create these horrific items. The farmhouse was not a home, it was a chamber of unimaginable horror. The root of the madness. But how did a human being reach this point? Ed Gein's childhood holds the answer. He grew up under a controlling, abusive mother who constantly told him that the world was sinful and women were evil. She isolated him from society. She destroyed his sense of reality. When his mother died, Ed Gein's world collapsed completely. Loneliness, obsession, grief, and untreated mental illness slowly consumed him. What followed was not sudden madness, but years of silent psychological decay. Trial and aftermath. When Ed Gein was arrested, he showed no fear, no anger, no emotion. Doctors later declared him mentally unfit to stand trial. He was sent to a psychiatric hospital, where he spent the rest of his life. Ed Gein died in 1984, not as a free man, but as a broken mind trapped in his own darkness. Cultural impact. This single case shook America so deeply that it inspired legendary horror characters: Norman Bates from Psycho, Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Buffalo Bill from The Silence of the Lambs. But remember, the real story was far more disturbing than any movie. This story is not meant to glorify evil. It is a warning. A reminder that untreated trauma, extreme isolation, and mental illness ignored by society can turn a human being into something unrecognizable. Monsters are not always born. Sometimes they are created when pain is left unheard and loneliness is left untreated.